The perfect illusion. The crystal chandeliers of the Imperial Grand cast prismatic rainbows across the marble floors as waiters in crisp white uniforms weaved through Delhi's elite with silver trays of champagne. At the center of it all stood Raj Malhotra, founder of Neurosync Technologies, his hand resting gently on the waist of Ananya Sharma, daughter of real estate tycoon Vikram Sharma. Their engagement party was the social event of the season. "You've outdone yourself," Raj whispered to Ananya, admiring how her emerald silk lehenga complemented the 5-carat diamond on her finger. "Everyone who matters is here." She smiled, perfectly rehearsed. "Only the best for us, darling." Her eyes scanned the room, noting which influencers were documenting their celebration for millions of followers. Raj's friend Dev approached with 2 glasses. "To the most powerful couple in tech and fashion, may your merger be as successful as your businesses." They laughed and clinked glasses, though Raj's smile didn't quite reach his eyes. In a quiet corner, Raj's mother, Sunaina, sat with her sister, observing the proceedings with satisfaction. "Finally a suitable match," she said. "Not like that girl from before, what was her name? Meera? No background, no connections." She adjusted her heavy gold necklace. "This one understands our world." Raj excused himself from a conversation with investors and stepped onto the terrace, loosening his tie slightly. The Delhi night spread before him, skyscrapers glittering against the darkness. For a moment he allowed himself to remember, a different smile, genuine laughter, simple pleasures. Meera Kapoor had been his college sweetheart, the girl with wild ideas and a camera always in hand. The woman who left without explanation 5 years ago, reportedly for a film school in New York. "Hiding from your own party?" Dev joined him, offering a glass of whiskey. "Just needed some air." "Cold feet already?" Raj shook his head. "Everything is exactly as planned." "That's the problem, isn't it?" Dev leaned against the railing. "Your whole life is a strategic business move these days. That's what success requires." Raj's phone buzzed. Another congratulatory message, this time from his future father-in-law. Inside, Ananya charmed a group of potential investors for her fashion line. "The wedding will be our biggest branding opportunity yet," she told her assistant quietly. "Make sure the exclusivity contracts with the magazines are ironclad." As Raj rejoined the party, his mother took his arm proudly. "See how perfect she is? This is the life you were meant for." He nodded, watching Ananya pose for photos. This marriage would merge 2 powerful families, expand his business into new markets, and satisfy his mother's social ambitions. It was logical, sensible, perfect on paper. Later, as they cut an elaborate cake topped with edible gold, Ananya whispered, "I can't wait for our life together." She kissed him for the cameras, a practiced gesture of affection. What no one at the glittering celebration knew was that across the city, in a modest hotel room, Meera Kapoor unpacked her suitcase, placing a worn envelope on the bed. Inside were letters never sent, truths never told. After 5 years abroad, building her reputation as a documentary filmmaker, she had returned to Delhi with the one thing Raj Malhotra feared most: the truth. Shadows from the past. The morning light filtered through thin curtains as Meera Kapoor reviewed her documentary footage on her laptop. Her hotel room was modest compared to the luxury she could now afford, but she preferred to keep a low profile in Delhi. 5 years in New York had transformed the once shy film student into an award-winning documentary director, her most recent work exposing corporate corruption, earning critical acclaim. She paused the video and opened her email, finding another message from the Mumbai Film Festival confirming her as a featured speaker. Success had come at a cost. Distance from home, from memories, from him. "You shouldn't have come back," said Priya, her assistant and closest friend, setting down coffee. "What good will confronting him do?" Meera touched the worn envelope beside her laptop. "This isn't about Raj. It's about the truth." 5 years ago, Meera had received a job offer from a prestigious film institute in New York, an opportunity that seemed too perfect. The same day, Sunaina Malhotra had visited her tiny apartment with an ultimatum delivered with a gentle smile. leave Raj and accept the arranged scholarship she'd orchestrated, or watch him lose the family investment for his startup. He'll resent you eventually, Sunaina had said. A boy from our background needs a certain kind of partner. Mira had left without explanation, believing she was sacrificing her happiness for Raj's future. Only later did she discover Sunaina's deeper manipulation, the intercepted letters, the fabricated stories of Mira's supposed relationship abroad, the deliberate dismantling of their bond. His engagement is all over social media, Priya noted, scrolling through her phone. Ananya Sharma is practically royalty in the fashion world. She's welcome to him, Mira said, though her fingers tightened around her coffee cup. I just need him to know what really happened. Across the city, Raj sat through another meeting, his mind elsewhere as his team presented quarterly projections. NeuroSync technologies had grown exponentially, their neural interface devices revolutionizing virtual reality experiences. Success had filled his calendar but left his personal life hollow. Are you even listening? His CFO asked. Sorry, just wedding details, Raj lied smoothly. In truth, he'd woken from the same dream again, Mira on their favorite rooftop spot, laughing as she showed him footage from her student film. The memory felt more real than his current reality. That evening, as Raj returned to his penthouse, a notification appeared on his phone. A new documentary was premiering at a local independent theater. The director's name made him freeze, Mira Kapoor. After 5 years of silence, her name appeared just days before his wedding. He canceled his dinner plans and found himself at the back of a crowded theater. When she appeared for the post-screening discussion, the sight of her knocked the air from his lungs. Gone was the hesitant film student. In her place stood a confident woman in simple linen clothes, her words captivating the audience as she discussed ethical storytelling. How do you choose which truths to tell? Someone asked. Mira's eyes seemed to find him in the darkness. The hardest truths are usually the most important ones, she answered. Especially those that powerful people try to bury. Later, standing in the lobby, Raj gathered his courage to approach her, but Sunaina's call interrupted him. The wedding planner needs your approval on something, his mother said, and Ananya's father wants to discuss the merger details over breakfast. As he turned away to take the call, he missed seeing Mira watch him leave, the envelope of truth still waiting to be delivered. The confrontation. The day of the formal ring ceremony arrived with perfect weather and carefully orchestrated elegance. The Sharma family had transformed their estate gardens into an enchanted forest of imported flowers and twinkling lights. Photographers documented every moment for exclusive features in lifestyle magazines, while Ananya's social media team captured candid moments that weren't candid at all. You look distracted? Ananya murmured to Raj as they greeted guests. Her gold-embroidered outfit had been designed specifically for this evening, complementing the ancestral jewelry adorning her neck and wrists. Just business concerns, he replied, straightening his custom-made sherwani. In truth, he hadn't slept since seeing Mira at the screening. He'd searched for information about her online, learning of her success and wondering what might have been. Across the venue, Sunaina supervised the proceedings with military precision, occasionally glancing at her son with pride. Her careful plans were finally materializing. The Malhotra family would be untouchable after this alliance. I've invited some international investors, Vikram Sharma told Raj, clapping his shoulder. Consider it an early wedding gift. With their backing and my connections, we can expand NeuroSync globally within a year. The ceremony began as dusk fell. Raj and Ananya sat beneath a canopy of jasmine and roses, while a priest led them through rituals. As they exchanged rings, applause rippled through the gathering. Vikram Sharma raised a glass. To the union of not just two people, but two dynasties. The crowd cheered, but a voice cut through the celebration. Interesting choice of words. Dynasties built on lies deserve to fall. Silence spread like spilled wine as Mira stood at the edge of the gathering. Security moved toward her, but she held up her press credentials. I'm here professionally, covering Delhi's elite for my next documentary. Raj felt the ground shift beneath him. Ananya clutched his arm, confused by his reaction. Sunaina's face drained of color. Mira, Raj managed, his voice barely audible. She approached calmly, professionally, a small camera crew behind her. "Congratulations on your engagement, Raj, and on NeuroSync's success." She turned to his mother. "Hello, Sunaina ji. It's been 5 years since our last conversation in my apartment. The one where you threatened me and fabricated a scholarship to separate me from your son." Gasps rippled through the guests. Sunaina stepped forward. "This is outrageous! Security!" "Before you have me removed," Mira continued, opening a portfolio, "I have something for the happy couple. Consider it an engagement gift." She handed Raj a folder containing printed emails, phone records, and a letter on Sunaina's personal stationery detailing her plan to remove the unsuitable girl. "What is this?" Ananya asked, her perfect composure cracking as she looked between Raj and Mira. "Ask your future mother-in-law about the fake job offer she arranged. Or the letters from Raj that I never received," Mira said. "Ask her about telling me Raj knew I was leaving but was too cowardly to break things off himself." Raj flipped through the evidence, his hands shaking. "Mother, is this true?" Sunaina's silence was confirmation enough. "I didn't come to reclaim you," Mira told Raj. "I came for closure, and to ensure you know exactly who you're building your dynasty with." She looked at Ananya. "I hope you have better luck with Sunaina than I did." As security finally reached them, Ananya stepped away from Raj, removing her engagement ring. "You told me she was just some college girlfriend who abandoned you," she said, her voice ice-cold. "You never mentioned your mother drove her away." The perfect illusion shattered like crystal on marble. Cameras captured everything as Delhi's elite witnessed the implosion of the season's most anticipated union, leaving Raj standing alone between his past and his collapsing future. Part 4. Broken Promises. The aftermath spread through Delhi's high society like wildfire. Gossip columnists feasted on the scandal while PR teams worked overtime to control the damage. 3 days after the disastrous ring ceremony, Raj sat in his office, blinds drawn against the city's curious eyes, reviewing the documents Mira had delivered. Each page confirmed his mother's calculated deceit. The scholarship Mira had allegedly received was funded through a Malhotra family foundation. The breakup message she supposedly sent had been drafted on his mother's computer. 5 years of believing Mira had abandoned their relationship crumbled under the weight of documented manipulation. A knock interrupted his thoughts. Ananya entered without waiting for permission, immaculately dressed despite the circumstances. "Your security let me up," she said, sitting across from him. Gone was the wounded fiancé. In her place sat a businesswoman assessing damages. "I'm sorry," Raj offered. "I should have told you everything about Mira." "Would you have if she hadn't shown up?" Ananya asked, her voice steady. When he didn't answer, she continued. "I wasn't completely honest either. This marriage was strategic for me too." "The merger," he said. "Not just that." She twisted her empty ring finger. "My fashion line is in trouble. Your tech connections and capital would have saved it. And my father's real estate empire isn't as solid as everyone believes." Their eyes met in newfound understanding. "We were using each other," Raj realized. "Mutually beneficial arrangement," she corrected with a hint of her usual confidence. "But I won't be part of your family drama. The deal is off, both personally and professionally." After she left, Raj drove to his childhood home where Sunaina waited, surrounded by consolation flowers from sympathetic socialites. "She trapped you with emotional manipulation," his mother insisted. "That documentary footage was obviously edited to make me look—" "Stop," Raj interrupted. "I've read everything, verified the emails, called the Scholarship Foundation. It was all you. Everything I did was for your future," Sunaina said, tears welling. "That girl would have held you back. Look at what you've built without her distraction." "I built a company, not a life," Raj replied. "And you destroyed the one real thing I had." He placed his house keys on the table. "I won't be staying here anymore." That evening, rain lashed against the windows of Mira's hotel as she packed her equipment. The documentary footage from the engagement fiasco would remain private. Her goal had never been public humiliation. A knock at the door revealed Priya with takeout. "Your phone's been blowing up." 3 film studios want distribution rights to your next project. I'm not sure what that project is yet, Mira admitted, pushing aside containers of dal and rice. And there's another development, Priya added carefully. Raj Malhotra has been trying to contact you. Mira's hands stilled. I didn't come back for reconciliation. Then why did you really come back? The question hung between them as lightning illuminated the room. Before Mira could answer, her phone buzzed with a message from Raj. Can we talk? Not about us. About truth. Across the city, in a sparsely furnished apartment he'd kept secret from his family, Raj stared at his sent message, wondering if 5 years and countless lies had created a gulf too wide to bridge. Not for romance, but for something perhaps more important, honest understanding. Reclaiming truth. 6 months later, the rooftop cafe overlooking Humayun's tomb buzzed with evening patrons. Mira adjusted her camera settings, capturing the golden light on ancient architecture for her latest documentary on urban renewal. Delhi had changed in her absence, but some places retained their timeless beauty. That's the shot, her new cinematographer confirmed, reviewing the footage. Mira's documentary on corporate ethics had won 3 international awards, establishing her production company as a formidable voice in truthful storytelling. Her phone displayed a message from her publisher. Manuscript received. Powerful story. Publication date confirmed for spring. The memoir she'd written about manipulation, ambition, and authenticity had become therapeutic, transforming painful experiences into something meaningful. Across town, Raj stood in NeuroSync's newly opened Innovation Center, where underprivileged students received technology training. The company had pivoted, focusing less on luxury experiences and more on educational applications. The scandal had initially rocked investor confidence, but their new direction had attracted different backers, those more interested in impact than image. The coding boot camp is oversubscribed again, Dev reported, now Raj's Chief Impact Officer, and the Scholarship Foundation needs your approval on the final candidates. Raj signed the papers, establishing educational funds for young women pursuing creative and technical fields. He'd named it after his grandmother, who had secretly supported his initial business against Sunaina's wishes. The irony wasn't lost on him. Have you spoken with your mother? Dev asked. Monthly dinners, Raj replied. She's adjusting to the new normal. The social humiliation was difficult, but the family therapy is helping. After moving out, Raj had established boundaries that Sunaina was slowly learning to respect. Later that evening, as sunset painted Delhi's sky in shades of amber, Raj and Mira sat at opposite ends of a conference table. Between them lay contracts for a collaboration. NeuroSync would provide technology for immersive educational experiences based on Mira's documentaries. Your board approved the full budget, Mira noted, reviewing the papers. They trust my judgment again, Raj said. Transparency has rebuilt a lot of bridges. Their professional relationship had developed gradually over months of careful conversation. Not romance, that door had closed, but something built on mutual respect and shared purpose. Ananya's fashion line is doing well, Mira mentioned, having featured the designer's work in a recent film about sustainable fashion. She found her authentic voice. Raj nodded. Without family pressure, she's quite brilliant. Her father and I still don't speak, though. After signing the contracts, they walked through the quiet office. Do you ever wonder, Raj asked carefully, what might have happened if we'd known the truth 5 years ago? Mira considered the question. We might have stayed together, or grown apart naturally, but it would have been our choice, not someone else's manipulation. Outside, the evening air carried the scent of jasmine as city lights blinked on. They parted with a professional handshake, their paths now intersecting without entangling. In her car, Mira received a message from her fiancé, an architect she'd met during a documentary in Singapore. Flight landed. See you soon. A smile touched her lips, a relationship built on honesty from the beginning. Raj walked to his apartment alone, at peace with his choices. On his table lay an invitation to join a tech ethics board and a framed photo of his new community education center on opening day. His life wasn't what he'd once envisioned, but it was authentically his, no longer a perfect illusion, but something real and earned through difficult truths. The story that had begun with deception and shattered promises had transformed all involved, not into perfect people, but into more honest versions of themselves, navigating a world where truth, however difficult, offered the only path to genuine connection.